Hey everyone, welcome to Fishing Hero. A few days ago I caught this freshwater drum. Unfortunately I forgot my GoPro chest mount and failed to get any of the footage of the catch, but I did have a blast the other day on a relative of mine's boat. So if you do want to check out that video, the link is in the description below. This will be a cleaning video as well as a knife review. So this is the 6-inch Rapala fillet knife that I got from Bass Pro Shop. I think it's a nice looking knife. It's got a wood looking handle. Don't know what type of wood it is or even if it is wood at all. It has a carved look to it, and etched into the blade is J. Martini's signature, whoever that is. If you know who that is, if it's someone I should know, let me know in the comments. I'd appreciate that. It comes with a leather looking sheath. Again, I don't know if it's real leather or not, and as well as a sharpening tool, which is really cool. I know these aren't the best sharpeners, but for someone like me who isn't that experienced with sharpening stones, this is great. The link will be in the description below. I will give the final verdict once the cleaning is done. Also, I did not sharpen the knife prior to the cleaning to see the sharpness right outside of the box. I do recommend always sharpening your blades before using them though. So here we go. So it's been a really long time since I've cleaned a fish. I'm no expert and I've actually only done it a handful of times at most. So if you see anything I'm doing wrong or have any suggestions for me, please leave a comment. That would help me out a lot. This channel is meant to be a learning experience for me as well as hopefully for you. So as I begin, I cut behind the fin towards the top of the head until I reach the spine and rib cage and work my way down the spine, just allowing the blade to penetrate deep enough to effectively cut through the skin and the scales. Now I cut deeper until my tip reaches the cage and work my way down. What I should have done here was keep the fish facing the same way instead of turning it around, lifted the fillet and cut through the other side of the rib cage. But to keep things simple, I'm cutting around the belly to avoid a mess, and from what I was told, the better meat is along its back anyway, so it's not a huge deal. Once clearing the belly, I work the knife down and meet the previous cut towards its tail. So now what I'm doing is I'm just cutting through to connect the two cuts that I've made on both ends of the fish. And from there you have your fillet. Now lay the skin facing down. Starting from the tail, you're going to insert your blade down onto the board, and while pressing and slicing with the knife, you're going to use your other hand and hold the end of the tail firmly. So there you have your first fillet. You might have noticed that the knife wasn't exactly buttery smooth, but I also noticed that the drum meat is actually really tough. It has a rubbery feel, almost like shrimp or lobster, so that should be accounted for, as well as my lack of experience. So because of the toughness of the fish, I can see how there are so many mixed reviews on it. I've heard that the meat is not great tasting, it's bony, and I guess a lot of people consider it as a trash fish. But let me know what you think, and I guess I will find out very soon. Now all I do next is just repeat the same steps on the other side of the fish to get my second fillet. So now that you have both fillets done, here I am trimming some of the bloodline out and searching for any bones or anything weird that you may not want in the fish fillets. And again, you can just leave it here. It's all user preference. If anyone was interested, this was all filmed on a GoPro Hero using my chest mount since my camera lady was busy at the time. Links are, you guessed it, in the description below. So, final verdict on the knife. Again, I did not sharpen it before I started cleaning intentionally, and it didn't do too bad. It performed as expected, but I would only imagine it would have done much better if I did sharpen it. In fact, first impressions, I liked the design. I'm usually a really boring person, and I just buy everything in black, so this was something new and refreshing. I thought the flexibility of the blade was perfect for this fish's size and toughness. The flex was on the firm side, which went in my favor this time. But honestly, without much to compare to, this is actually more of a demonstration than a review. So if you want to check this out for yourself, I will put the link in the description below. And after I'm done with that, the last thing that you are going to do is just rinse off the fillets of the scales and anything like that and just clean up, and you are done. Some final thoughts on the cleaning. It honestly didn't go too bad. I had high hopes but low expectations, and I landed somewhere in the middle. I know I missed a lot of meat, but it's a learning experience, and I am really looking forward to the next one. Thank you so much for watching. We are going to cook this thing next, and we are going to try a really interesting recipe that I have been looking forward to doing for a very long time. So I will see you then. Have a good one.